Hey guys, welcome to the tutorial on how to install WordPress on your DigitalOcean server. So we're going to log into our SSH, so demo at our IP, enter in your password, and we're good. Alright, so we need to log into our MySQL server, which if you have not set this up already, you'll have to refer to one of our previous tutorials. Okay, so we're going to create a database. We'll go with their basic one. So create database WP or WordPress test. Let's leave it as WordPress. Default character set UTF-8, collate UTF-8, Unicode C. Make sure you end this statement with a semicolon or else it won't run. It doesn't matter what character set you're actually setting it to, it will set a generic one for you, and you can always change it through phpMyAdmin later. Alright, so the query is okay, so we're able now to grant a user access to this. So we're going to grant all on WordPress.star. Remember, the star means it's a wildcard, so it'll grant access to every database with that. So to demo, we are account at localhost identified by password. So in our previous tutorials, we used a difficult password setting. So like if I were to put easy password, your easy123, it should reject it. Yeah, so your password does not satisfy the current policy requirements. So we're going to go to strongpasswordgenerator.com and we're going to generate a password. So I'm going to just copy this. Actually, first I'm going to copy our command here, paste it, and then I'm going to copy our password. I'm going to edit this and should paste it. There we go. And I'm going to close it. So now just to make sure you remember that password, I'm going to leave this window open so I can just keep referring to it. Maybe you can do that as well. Now I have to flush the privileges and exit. Alright, everything's set up. If you haven't been following along, I would recommend that you update your packages. If not, you can skip this step. And now we're going to install additional PHP extensions. I'm not going to type this out because it's a bit longer than I feel like typing, so I'm just going to copy what's on here. I'm going to paste it once our packages are done. Alright. So I'm just going to reinstall it just in case. Alright, perfect. So now we're going to have to enable htaccess again. We're going to type in this here. Alright, we're just going to copy this text here, and we're going to paste it at the bottom of the file. This is going to basically allow us to use pretty permalinks, which you may want to look into later on for your server, or for your WordPress. I'm going to paste it, and double check, so it's good. Save it. Okay, and now we're going to allow the rewrite module, so sudo a2 and mod rewrite. Now I have to restart Apache again. Enter your password. Alright, we're good. And now we're going to do a configuration test. So sudo apache 2ctl config test. Alright, that's good. And then we're going to restart Apache again. Sudo systemctl restart apache 2. Okay, so because it's going to be a fresh WordPress install, we're not going to be copying any previous files, so we're going to actually download the files from the WordPress directory. So we're going to go into the temporary file folder, and we're going to download this. I'm just going to copy it from here. So curl is a download function, basically. And WordPress makes their easy install readily available, so we can actually just do it from here. Alright, so it's been set up already, so now we just need to extract it. So it was set up in a tar file. So xcvf latest tar c. Alright, so now it's decompressed everything. So now we're going to change permissions. So I'm just going to copy this here. Actually, I'll type it out for you guys. Touch, PMP, WordPress, htaccess chmod 660 tmp wordpress htaccess. This one I'll just copy it. So what this line just did here is it copied the config file that's included in here, and it created a new one without the sample. So right now you see it says sample, and this one does not say sample. That way we can work from something already. We're going to make a directory called upgrade, though I believe it's already set up. tmp wordpress wp content upgrade. Yeah, it already exists. That's fine. So now we're going to copy all these files into one of our directories we've already made. So sudo cp a tmp wordpress and then the directory is going to be www/var www/onemoreyear.ca and public HTML. All right. Oh, I typed it wrong. There we go. We're going to adjust the permissions for everything in the www folder. So we're going to do sudo chown-r to recursively do it. Demo www data var www. I'm not going to add HTML to this because we're doing subdirectories, so it just makes sense that we're going to give demo access to the entire www folder. What this command also did is it added demo to the www data group, which is where you would normally add people to give access to www. So now we're going to set the GID, and what this is going to do is any future file that is added to this directory will automatically have the correct permissions. Type d-exec chmod g+s. Okay, and again, I just want to point out that I've removed the HTML in this section, so if you're following their tutorial, I do not include it in here. Okay? So we're going to recursively allow or change all the files within this directory to have the correct permissions. So sudo chmod -r g+w var www. Enter. All right. So now we're going to configure the actual configuration file for WordPress. WordPress is pretty nifty in that it uses a salt, so it's making everything more secure. So don't copy, as they say here, don't copy the values from here. We're going to generate our own. So I'm just going to copy this command. So it's using curl, which is the download function, as we mentioned before. And it generated us a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to copy this right away. All right. And I'm going to get inside of the wp config file. So nano var www onemoreyear.ca public HTML /wp config. Excellent. All right. So in here, we're going to change these things here. So as you see, put our unique phrase here. So I'm just going to cut everything here. Get rid of it first. X. That was Control K. So I'm going to save it, get out of it, and I'm going to re-copy this here. You probably should have copied it into another file like Sublime Text, but that would be smart, and I didn't do that. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to save it. Actually, I'm going to edit all the other files, all the other values first. So we're defined here. We named our database WordPress. Not very secure or safe, but it's a demo. That's what we're going to work with. So the user was demo, and the password should be here, and I'm going to copy it and paste it. Oh, being finicky. There we go. And the host name, so usually you would find some long host name like with the domain name. Here we're just using localhost. So don't stress about it. It's actually going to work perfectly fine. So we're going to exit, and we're going to save it. Alright, so now we just need to check to see if it's working. So we're going to go to one more year. Perfect. So it's asking us to set it up. So I'll do continue, site title, one more year, test, password. Obviously, you don't want to use this. and I don't want this to be viewed by search engines. So I'm going to install it. I'm going to log in, a test password, and we're set up. I do want to do one test to make sure that plugins are working. So we're going to check install plugins. We're going to add new. So let's do the first one. We're going to install it. It could not create directory. Alright, that's what I had a feeling was going to happen. So the reason why this isn't working is actually in one of the previous tutorials they asked us to create an upgrade folder, and I got an error saying the file already exists. And when I went to go check to see what the file was, I'm looking now, we'll go to cd www onemoreyear.ca public HTML WP content. Did I type that wrong? Oh, I did. One more year. And we'll do tree. Alright, so if you see at the end here, upgrade isn't actually a directory at all. So when WordPress is trying to install plugins and themes, it installs it in a temporary folder and then sets it up on your server. But because it's not actually being put into a folder, it's not a folder, we're having issues. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the upgrade. Remove upgrade. So we'll do tree again, see if it's still there. It's gone. Alright, great. So now we're going to make the upgrade folder. And actually I'll refer back to this tutorial here. Make directory upgrade. Upgrades, upgrade. Upgrade singular. Now if we check again, that's much better. So upgrade is now a folder. So we'll see if that works. Hopefully it did. So we'll check the plugins again. We're going to refresh the page first. Then we'll click install now. And it worked. Awesome. We're good to go. So that's going to be the end of this tutorial. In the future, if you're going to need to do upgrades to your core WordPress files, you'll still need to change permissions of your folder by using the chown permissions. From there, you'll have to make sure that you change back to your original permissions, but that should be pretty easy once you've gone through all these tutorials. So hopefully this tutorial helped you out, and we'll see you again in the future.